Okay, well, I said if we saw some sort of significant move from Bitcoin that I would jump on and make an update. And well, we started getting that move before I even could upload the video. So I've basically been watching this price action, and we have now come down below this significant low. We are, right now sitting in the middle of this little consolidation range back here. But this is a pretty significant development here because we have basically now broken higher term bullish market structure. So since we started getting this move to the upside, we've had this high up here, a higher low, a higher high. We put in this higher low before this last high up at 25K, and now we have come down and broken this last low, meaning on this, if you want to call it 12-hour market structure, we have, broken the uptrend. And I've been saying that, in my opinion, I think if we begin a downtrend here for Bitcoin, a retracement to fill this area of inefficient price action, come back down to, potentially test this key support resistance zone that we have between like 19K and 18K, which is also the value area low of this whole range, is going to look a lot more likely. And, we could potentially even come lower than that if we fail to find support there. On a higher time frame, we have come up to the highs of this range. We SFP'd these previous highs, which is a very significant high here. This was basically the last lower high that we put in before these lows. So, a break of this high would have indicated a shift in market structure on a higher time frame on the weekly, but we, have SFP'd it with some very bearish signs on the high time frames and have now come down to break this 12-hour market structure. Now, you can say that this break isn't confirmed yet. I know, some people like to wait for really high time frame candle closes below the low, so like, the daily, which closes in 4 hours. So, maybe if we somehow see a move back up above this wick in the next 4 hours before that daily candle closes, you may still be able to consider this an SFP. However, I don't think Market Cipher would agree with that idea. We really didn't form any bull divs as, we put in that low. Money flow is only getting lower. Momentum has only come down from what I was looking at in my video earlier. Yeah, I personally think that is unlikely. I think, this is now a break in this market structure and that things are looking a lot more bearish now. And this is something that I've been talking about for a while now, for a couple weeks. I mean, I've been paying attention to the bear divs since we, really started putting in these highs over here. We saw the bear divs starting to form on the 12-hour. Then when we put in these highs up here, we saw more bear divs with the money flow looking extremely bearish. And basically, it took a while to play out, but I've been waiting for this retracement. When you see the money flow on the higher time frames really start to bleed out after a massive move to the upside like this, that is typically a signal that price needs to retrace. And sometimes, you may see another high put in. I was saying that was a possibility. We might come up, put in more bear divs if we put in another high. But overall, I've been saying that eventually I think we will see a retracement, a significant retracement. And now with this break of bullish market structure, that, adds to my confidence a little bit. So now I am basically approaching this with the mindset of, if we, start to maybe find a bottom here, start to range a little bit, and then start to see a move back to the upside, I will be looking for key levels of resistance to potentially put in a lower high. And, maybe that can give us another swing short opportunity. I am still short from back here and somewhere up in this area as well. I'm holding a few shorts still. I did TP a lot on them, but, I've been saying I'm holding some of these shorts in case we really start to see this retracement, because, I may be able to hold them all the way down to 19, 18K, potentially lower. And so in terms of swing positions, really the only thing I'm looking for now is a potential lower high if we start to get a move back to the upside. That is if we don't just slice through this area like butter and start filling this area of inefficient price action, which honestly is a possibility. I mean, money flow on Market Cipher is looking very bearish. It's pretty much making lower lows on all time frames. We really aren't seeing many bull divs at these lows either. I would honestly say that we are right around the last area of support before we start filling that zone down there, and it would be inside of this box right here, which we've already filled half of it. So if we start ranging inside of here, I would be looking for trades inside of that range. Honestly, I'm waiting for some sort of consolidation range on the lower time frames to potentially look for scalps. But, things are looking pretty bearish. There is a chance that we keep on dumping from here. If that's the case, I probably would not be too keen to jump into longs at any of these levels down here, at least not right away. I'd want to wait it out, be patient with it, wait for some sort of structure to form at whatever bottom we're at. We usually don't just see a massive drop down like this and then V-shaped recovery it. A lot of times we will form some sort of structure at the lows, some sort of like rounded bottom where we like slowly approach the lows and then start putting in higher highs. So yeah, I probably wouldn't be too keen to jump into any longs unless it's like a scalp in a very low time frame range that we're forming. And basically, unless we start falling down below 20,300, I will, potentially be looking for a lower high. And the value area low of this range might be a good spot potentially for a lower high. We can pull some fibs here, and the 382 kind of lines up around there. If we see a move down to the bottom of this box, though, that 382 will line up pretty perfectly with the value area low. Also, the 0.5 would be at the point of control. But yeah, I'd say if we start seeing a retracement back up to this area and we do reject from the 382 and the value area low, that would be probably a very confident lower high there. That would show strength in the downtrend. Bouncing off the 382 is considered a sign of strength. And rejecting from the previous support inside this range would also be very bearish. So honestly, I think this would be my preferred level if I could choose a scenario, would be to, maybe start ranging down here and then at some point see a move back up to retest this area. Because like I said, I'm still holding some of my shorts from up here, but I took a lot of profits out. So I would really like to get a, juicy short for if we start seeing a larger retracement here. And yeah, other than that, I'm pretty much just going to wait for a range to form somewhere. Right now, it doesn't seem like that's happening. We've kind of just been putting in lower highs and lower lows. This was kind of a range here, but this was a crappy range. So I'd want to see some sort of, a decent range where we, are trading in it for a while, put in some significant highs and lows. Maybe then I'll start looking for some scalps. And other than that, I'm pretty much sitting out at the moment. But anyways, that is about it for this one. Maybe as I'm editing this video, something else interesting will happen. So, I may be back later today. We'll see. But other than that, I'll see you all in the next one.